They're all over. They're raining down on me now. You see them?
What do you mean? It's funny?
Cave diving is a supposedly fun hobby that involves squeezing yourself through the most dangerous holes in the ground, doing a massive U-turn and coming out the exact same hole. And for months, I've not been able to figure out how anybody could consider this activity even remotely enjoyable. Yet more and more people seem to be joining this trend every single year. And so today we're taking a look at some more crazy TikTok cave divers to see how dangerous it can be, or whether cave diving is actually as fun as people claim.
I mean, it's the inevitable conclusion of what I am doing, but they're all over. They're raining down on me now. You see them? Hopefully you can see that, but they are kind of everywhere. I think I'm gonna get out of this pit.
Is this guy trying to become Spider-Man or something? If the spiders bite you, you're not gonna magically turn into Peter Parker. You're most likely going to get poisoned and potentially paralyzed, and you're gonna get stuck in the cave. Why would he specifically go into a spider-infested cave? Because he's saying, I didn't notice above me, but there's no way you didn't see it from like far away. Like you would have seen something up ahead. But here's the theory. So this guy just finished watching, what is the movie? Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And he got so inspired that he wanted to try to become Spider-Man at least once in his life. Because you know how like, you know, if you don't try things in your life, you don't try hobbies, all that stuff, like by the end of your life, you end up regretting it. So maybe he feels like he'll regret not trying to become Spider-Man. Because, you know, like maybe there's like a 0.1% chance that it could be real. So at least he wants to try it once. And so, you know, you gotta respect that, I think. Actually, I don't even know at this point. But the spiders are just raining down on him. Why would you even do this? And one of them goes into his mouth. He actually consumes one of them. So maybe at this point, he's already been bitten by a spider and nothing's happened. Like, he hasn't turned into Spider-Man yet. And so the next step is to try and eat a spider to see whether that turns him into Spider-Man. Great, now he's just gonna be stuck there for the rest of his life. How is he meant to get out? And why isn't he, like, caving with someone else? Like, can't someone else help him out? Or did he decide to just do a solo cave mission for no reason? Also, why would you, like, go through the cave like this? Why would you stick your head and feet through first at the same time? Shouldn't you just go, like, feet first or, like, head first so that you don't end up in this, like, weird position? Isn't this, like, the ideal position for, like, what is that? Like, aligning the guts? Yeah, isn't it, like, this thing? So when you're squatting, like, what is it? Like, the intestines align better so that the poo comes out easier compared to, like, if you're sitting. It's sort of like at an angle. So now this guy's permanently in the squatting position, and so like 100% he's going to poo his pants while he waits for the rescue team. Wait, but then I realized, who's filming him? Wait, if he's on a solo mission, did he just get the camera in front of him and just like crawl through there and just get stuck here? Is the camera moving? I think the camera's moving. Okay, so someone is filming him getting stuck in this position. Do you carry a knife or other tools to cut your clothes, chip away at rock, etc.? No, but they carry a pistol just in case they get stuck. When you know you're stuck, you just off yourself? What?
What do you mean? It's funny? Yeah, I think so.
Whose idea was it to explore a cave in the middle of flash flood season? Because do you see this? This is not normal. Like, this is not normal at all. A cave should not have, like, this much amount of air. Because at the start, they have to go into, like, this random cave using pool floaties. Like, that's the only way to get into the cave because it's a river cave. It's a cave literally connected to a river. And so the odds of it, like, flooding or anything, like, that seems a little bit high. And I think this is the point where they start realizing that it's, like, flash flooding. Like, look at all this water. This is all the water that's starting to pool into the cave. And then the only way out of the cave is to go through this tiny little passage which leads to the exit. Like, do you see how small that is? What if they couldn't find it? Because it would have been flooded so much at this point that, like, maybe you couldn't even find it. If it had already, like, submerged underwater, like, they would have been absolutely cooked. Like, there was no way out. But the guy calls out to him. He says, you gotta get out of there quick. And then this guy's just like, what do you mean? What do you mean we gotta get out quick? Bro, do you not see the flash flood, like, behind you? Do you not see all this water pooling in? Like, and this is the only amount of space he has to work with. Like, you can literally see the fear in his eyes. Like, this is, like, top 10, like, top 3, top 2 worst situations you can ever be in as a caver. But why is he filming himself at this point? Like, shouldn't his priority be to just get out of the cave safely? Why is he prioritizing, like, getting the good lighting and everything? Like, he has the light on and everything. Like, he's just trying to film himself getting out of the cave. If I was him, low-key, like, I would just, like, high-key, I would just go underwater, just start swimming. Because you can't see anything. Like, he's staring at the ceiling. How does he know where he's going? And then it literally gets to a point where, like, it's so thin. Like, the layer of oxygen is so thin that he can only, like, stick his nose out. Like Pinocchio. That's his nose. This is the cave ceiling, and this is the water level. But eventually, he just makes it out. Like, he has to go underwater for the last bit, but he only just makes it out. And I think he's the last person to come out of the cave.
Move myself just like this and curl up in a ball. And then I need to move my butt behind me so my head remains in front. If this rock would move. Spit rock. There we go. Just like this. Right? Woo! You're right, this is the worst death. Then John Jones, move forward, move my butt behind, like this. You see? And then you move your legs behind you.
Why are you pretending to be a fetus stuck in your mother's womb again? So apparently this is how you're meant to turn around when you reach the end of a cave. And so this is what cave divers knowingly do. So they go into a tiny little cramped cave knowing that eventually they're gonna have to do a U-turn. And this is the method which they do it. So this looks extremely painful. And also, what if the space isn't big enough for a U-turn? Because this space looks abnormally, like, large. Usually it's, like, not this big. Also, do you see how sharp and prickly the ground is? So they have to do some sort of rotational thingy while scraping their body and legs against this sharp, like, rock down here. But also, if she gets stuck in this position, like, how is she meant to get out? Like, I feel like this is one of the most dangerous parts of cave diving. Like, the part where you have to, like, do a U-turn. Because this is, like, the highest risk of getting stuck. But surely you would selectively choose to only explore caves that you knew had a bit of, like, a loop around. So that you don't have to come back out through the same hole that you went in. Because then you can just avoid all of this. Expert, bro's like 14. Yeah, how is this a caving expert? How can you be a caving expert at 14? So that means you must have started caving at, like, what, like 4 years old?
Oh, yucky.
Are they going caving in sewerage water? Like, why is it so frothy? And why are there bits of dirt and poo everywhere? Maybe the reason why it's so frothy is because all the people, like, moving up ahead are just peeing in the water. And all of the warm urine is just, like, coming downstream. But she says that this passage has a horrible smell to it. And so maybe the reason why is because a sewerage literally connects to this cave. Because I don't think it's uncommon for sewerage to lead out into, like, random areas in nature. Because, for example, there are some beaches in Australia which are, like, known to be, like, connected to sewerage. And so that's why it's not safe to swim in the beach for, like, those ones. And so I assume what is happening here is that they're literally crawling through some sort of, like, sewerage connected cave. Because the water is all murky. Like, usually cave water I've seen, cave water is, like, usually clear. In all of the other cave TikToks, the water was so clear that, like, you couldn't even see that it was water. Meanwhile, this looks like a thick, creamy chocolate milkshake. Look at this. You see this person's mouth? This is the person's mouth. There is such little space that their mouth is almost, like, going into the water at all times. They're almost drinking the sewerage water. I guarantee 100%, like, at least one droplet of the water, like, went into everyone's mouth.
Breathe out. Okay, now I'm not gonna pull so hard that it hurts something, all right? I'm just giving you leverage. This arm has to come towards me more.
Put my hoodie back up so it was choking me.
Choking you again? That's me choking you, sorry. But it's also easier going the other direction because you're see how you're against the grain there?
Yeah.
Squeeze of the century right there.
Squeeze of the century? No, more like squeeze of the 3/4 of a century. Why are you bringing your dad, who is 75 years old, into the cave? He's literally 3/4 of a century old. He can barely get himself through any of the holes. Like, you have to assist him every single time. And so maybe that's a sign that he's a little bit too old for the caves. Because then he becomes dead weight. Like, you have to drag him through every single hole, and so that puts you at danger. And also, did he even want to go on this cave diving trip? Maybe he didn't even want to go on it, but his son forced him to go on this trip. And the son said, oh yeah, don't worry, I'll pull you through every single hole. You don't have to worry about anything. So maybe he's not even here out of his own, like, volition. Because what if you pull him through the hole so hard that, like, he breaks his hip bone or something? Like, what are you guys meant to do? He won't be able to get out, and so you're gonna have to wait for some sort of rescue team. But even then, like, once the rescue team arrives, what are you meant to do then? Because it's like, it's not like he can move with the broken bone out, like, the thingy. And it's not like you can put him on a stretcher and, like, get him out. Because how's the stretcher meant to fit through all the tiny holes? That is way cooler than I'll ever be. I'm all for people doing things that they love. Okay, 100% this is a bot comment. Who is this? Charlize? Oh wait, no, this person is real. What? Okay, Charlize, well then would you personally go cave diving? I want to see a cave diving video from you. Where are the cave diving videos? any of this remotely enjoyable. Like, I understand, maybe you feel some sort of like satisfaction, like finally making it into that tiny hole, but then how are you meant to get out? Like, if it took you this much gravity to get in, then how are you meant to get out? Because like then you'll need like anti-gravity or something. Also, you somehow almost cave in the entire cave and nobody even reacts to anything. Like, it's just a normal occurrence. Because what if the cave actually did cave in and you got stuck in this like upright, upside down position with your legs looking like a pair of chopsticks? Nobody would be able to save you at that point. Because then how would they get all of the rubble out of the cave? There would be no space left to like move the rubble. I still don't understand who wakes up and is like, you know what would be fun? Cramming myself down a super dark and tight rock hole for a couple of miles. It's okay that you don't understand. Oh, what a sick roast.
You got your helmet on, you can't turn your head one way or the other. That's really good. Maybe we come back and do a mining.
It's coming back. You dirty boy. When in doubt, blow it out. Got too tight for you?
Yeah. It's that one spot right there.
This is exactly why I do not go cave diving. Because I think this is one of like the worst situations that can happen. Like, he's lucky that this is in a semi-open place. But if he was in like a really tight, like narrow hole with like no area to like escape, he would have got into the middle of the tunnel and realized it was too narrow for him to fit through. Then he would have had to reverse all the way back to where he came from. And if people were behind him, like lined up, everyone would have to like slowly back out until this guy came out. Because at first he seems pretty confident. He like goes through as if this is like, you know, an everyday occurrence. He just wriggles through. He uses the ankle like push technique to get underneath the rock. But then at this point, he realizes that there is absolutely no way he's gonna fit through. And so he has to start backtracking somehow. And backtracking is so much more painful than like going in, because he has to like reverse the ankle like movement. He has to pull his entire body weight with his ankles, like pull with the ankles. But eventually he makes his way out, and look at the Gaiats. No wonder why he couldn't fit through the hole. If you have a level 5 Gaiat, there is no way, absolutely no way you're gonna be going cave diving. But I don't think the Gaiat was the only issue. Like, you can see from his belly, like he scraped a lot through like that cave. I'm a snake. Ha, random Kikeda, who's this? Is this a bot? I think this might be a bot.
This existing lava tube cave had recently been filled with sand by a volcanic explosion. The sand and ash debris had flowed through the cave and entered into the back. And this spot, we were trying to press our way through part of the cave, digging our way through the sand as we went to reach the back.
If a cave has been filled to the brim with volcanic ash, shouldn't that mean you should just stay away from it? Because won't it be harmful to like inhale the volcanic ash? Apparently it can lead to lung disease, which I am not surprised about. But instead, this guy decides to use some reverse like Superman moonwalk technique to enter this cave anyway. Because you can see all of the volcanic ash that he had to push aside to get into like this little hole. Look, you can see it's all like piled up here, like a bit of like a sandcastle, but it's like a volcanic ash sandcastle. And why the hashtags #beach, #fun, #prank? Nothing about this looks remotely fun. And why is he wearing a shin guard on his arm? He's literally wearing a soccer shin guard on his arm, as if someone's going to like slide tackle him with like metal studs or something. And I'm pretty sure this is what it looks like on the other side. Like, you can see his body pushing all of the volcanic ash like out of the way. That cannot be healthy at all. Like, being that close to the sand and then like inhaling it.
So today we did cave crawling and would definitely not recommend it for those who are claustrophobic. I myself got stuck in a few places and started to panic, but still managed to get through it with my friends. Despite the challenge, it was still fun, it was different, and I say give it a go if you're willing to.
Why would you do this though? Like, I understand it's not a real cave, but still, why would you put yourself through all the pain that a cave diver has to put themselves through? But I guess maybe it's for the experience, so you can know like for a fact, like, I do not want to go into the cave. So maybe like if you have that sort of like urge or temptation to go cave diving, you can go here instead and like actually experience what it might be like. Because at least here you can get help if you need, like if you get stuck. Whereas in the real caves, it would take like maybe ages to get help. Cave rules. Cave 5 is our hardest cave. Please be warned. It is totally dark inside. Taking a glow stick is highly recommended. You can buy a glow stick for wait, did they adjust the price? $8? $8 at the counter. Okay, so this is how they make all their money. They sell glow sticks and they make this cave pitch black. The caves are one way only. Okay, so you have to go through the entire thing. So if you commit to the cave, you have to like finish the actual course. Children under 8 must have an adult in attendance at the entry or exit. Feel free to join your kids in the caves. What? So they're saying adults will struggle, but they're also allowing kids to enter this level 5 cave. But I mean, this this place looks pretty cool. It looks like some sort of like rock climbing place. Where is this? So this is the entry. It looks very small to begin with, and then we have some like turns over here. I mean, it doesn't look that bad, honestly. I could probably do this, like maybe blindfolded. I mean, this is just only like wriggling and stuff. Like you only need to like wriggle and everything. You know what? I think this is like extremely easy compared to like the real caves. And so the thing is, what if someone comes here and they think it's like gonna be hard, and then they do it easily, and so they think, oh, okay, I'm ready for the real caves, and then they go to the real caves and they get like absolutely stuck and they end up dying. But I want to find out what this place is. I think it's in New South Wales. Okay, it's called Villa Wood, the rock climbing place. Okay, let's have a look at their websites. Okay, they have nothing about their cave diving thing on their website for some reason. Maybe they got rid of it. Maybe they got in trouble for it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got rid of it. All the videos are from like 2014. I think they may have actually gotten rid of it.
Michael wriggled his way through while Henderson followed closely behind. Henderson had to contort his body, twisting and turning to navigate the sharp bend. Suddenly, he stopped, unable to move forward or backward. His breathing quickened as the realization dawned on him. He was stuck, completely twisted. Michael crawled back, wedging himself into the cramped space to assist Henderson. Sharp edges dug into his ribs and hips, sending jolts of searing pain with every slight movement. The boys' bodies were losing heat rapidly due to their lack of movement and the constant contact with the cold limestone. And suddenly, the worst started happening. Michael's vision blurred, his muscles weakening as he continued to push and pull in an attempt to free Henderson. Without warning, Michael collapsed, his body slumping against the narrow walls. Panic surged through Henderson as he realized his friend was unconscious. Trapped and unable to move, he could only shout for help.
How does this even happen? Like, there are so many things that just went wrong here. Because first of all, this guy went feet first and face up to go down this passageway. And so I guess that was the correct way to do it because he made it through. But then meanwhile, this guy, why does he go head first, like face down? He does the exact opposite way of the guy ahead of him. And then because of it, he gets stuck like this, upside down like that. It's like the nutty putty. But then second of all, how does this guy come up here to help the guy get free? And then after grabbing him with his arms and like shaking him and trying to like get him down, how does this guy suddenly become unconscious? Like, how does that possibly even happen? How do you get unconscious by like pulling someone up and down? How are you that unfit that your cardio like can't even like handle that? If you're fit enough to like go into the cave and like wriggle through in the first place, how are you so unfit that you just pass out after like moving your arms about a little bit? Michael and Henderson did this because they have a loving family and caring wife, kids, and a family with millions in the bank, a nice house and job. Yes, exactly. This is exactly why they did this. Sue is side by optional cave. What does that even mean? Are you speaking English? I died 5 times watching this. The claustrophobia in me now has claustrophobia.